Hi, fellow Stannies. So last night, Big Brother Season 27 came to an end, and the whole episode was definitely an emotional roller coaster, to say the least. I won't be recapping the whole episode, but I will be discussing a few highlights I think are worth taking a closer look at. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back, grab a snack, and let's get right into it. First off, let's talk about the Mastermind reveal. The Mastermind came in the beginning, left, came back randomly. We thought it was Dr. Will, but it turned out to be Big Brother alums Jesse, Mr. Spectacular from season 10 and 11, Frankie Grande from season 16, and Eric Stein from season 8. They were all taken out by twists in their own seasons, which is a cool nod to the show's history, but why didn't they use this twist to affect the game more? Like, imagine if the house guest had to figure out the mastermind, like who the mastermind is, and earn some kind of safety or power. It could have added a whole new layer of strategy to the game, and it just feels like a huge opportunity wasted. Next, let's get into the final HOH competitions. Morgan won part 1 and secured her spot in part 3. That left Vince and Ashley to battle it out in part 2. I'm not Vince's biggest fan, but I'm not gonna lie, I almost teared up when he crashed and burned. He had the lead. He could have smoked Ashley, but he messed up and didn't read the directions properly. It's just crazy how one little mistake can cost you everything in this game. In part 3, Ashley dominated, and her decision to take Morgan out was a power move that definitely helped her resume. It's kind of ironic though, considering how Vince complained about Morgan potentially not taking him, and then he ends up in the final 2 anyway, but that's Big Brother for you. The final speeches were a moment. Vince's was too casual. I feel like the jury wanted him to own his game, but he just didn't deliver. You could see it on their faces, especially when Kelly and Keanu asked, like, oh, was him crying real or not? Was it sincere? Was it just game? He didn't seem to understand that the jury needed more than just it was gameplay. I personally think that Vince never had anybody from the jury's vote. I think it was personal. I really don't think they agreed with how he carried on with Morgan. And I think they were looking for at least for him to take accountability of his game moves, and he didn't. On the other hand, Ashley was super articulate, which is a huge asset. The issue for me was when she was asked, what was your big game move? I feel like she didn't give a specific example. I feel like instead of using the word shield, she said she insulated herself with strong groups in the house, because if she would have said shield, it might have diminished her gameplay, which is pretty smart on her part, but not smart on the jury, because she basically gave a definition of shield without saying the word shield. She mentioned using the Elle Woods character as inspiration, and I just wish she had tied that into a tangible game move. And I could be wrong. If you know an example, comment it down below, but I just can't think of one move that she made that dictated something in the game. You know what I mean? She crushed the social game, no doubt about that, but her final speech, I feel like it could have been stronger. I'm sorry. I know people will probably disagree, but it was too robotic. Like, I felt no heart in her speech, and that goes for Vince as well. I felt no, I don't know. Like, I don't know if this sounds silly, but just I didn't feel touched by their speeches. And last but not least, Keanu won America's Favorite Player, which I think was rightfully deserved. He kind of played a messy game and he trusted the wrong people, but he was authentic. And as much as you try, you cannot fake authenticity. And I think people recognize that. I think we'll definitely see him on another show in the future. So yeah, I just think this season has me thinking, what exactly qualifies you to win Big Brother? Because if you have a great social game, right, you can either make it to the end or get taken out because of it. If you lie and burn people on the way to the end, you'll get crucified for it from the jury. If you're good at comps and make it to the end, but the other person hasn't won comps, then it's like, well, comps doesn't matter, social does. I think going forward at this point, just take out any physical comps, or don't even have comps in general, and just let it be a social game. Or can people just own being villains again? Especially with this season, everyone was trying to be like all nice and, oh, I can't say a bad thing about this person. But they were really nasty behind each other's backs, so I don't know. But that's just me being nitpicky. Despite all that, I genuinely think this is one of the best seasons we've had in a while. It was definitely messy, but it was really fun to watch. And definitely the live feeds. The show is always okay, but the live feeds this year, I think were really good. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What did you think of the season? What do you think of the winners? Was there someone else you wanted to win? Comment down below. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss my next video. I'll be keeping up with the house guests outside the house, so stay tuned for that. See you next time.